on the deck once people get knocked out of the event. But when it's game on competition, they start giving each other a little bit of space. Luana Silva kicking things off. Already tagging the lip a couple times, getting her flow down the line on her front side. She's looking to slow down a little bit out in front, hanging out in the pocket. Driving into a big section, really committing to a big turn. And now off the whitewater, jams it again. Here comes a nice section to get barreled. Silva sets up a nice little hack off the lip. Feels her way through the inside corner and steps off. First turn connects well. That first turn so important to set the rhythm and pace of the wave. I like that little under the lip speed jam. She's been rushing this section throughout this event. Not worrying about barrel hunting, just going to turns. But unfortunately in transition, the lip lands on her heels. Runner up in the world as we watch this one, setting up for Lakey Peterson from Santa Barbara. Spending most of her time in San Clemente these days for the consistency of waves and conditions as she will pull in, enjoying the view there. Connects well, flows back down to the bottom. Quick snap on that CI and she'll do the whole redirect into the pocket, belts it. Nice transition for Lakey. Cool flow in transition over the hollow part of the wave, way out in front, setting up that wrap. And a combo to finish it up. Nice way to put that one away. Find more information on worldsurfleague.com. Mitch Cruz, such a talented surfer from the Gold Coast of Australia, finding his dream job here. Running things here at Surf Abu Dhabi. He's on billboards on the streets here in this town. As we see the start of Sally Fitzgibbons. South Coast to New South Wales, representing for a very long time at the highest level of pro surfing. Makes that one out in front. Nice tag there for Fitz. Jams it off the lip. Good transition for the Aussie vet. Drawing a nice snap. Good timing. Quick one again. Getting down the line for another whip. We Challenger Series, no matter what the tour is called, she owns the challenge. And look where she's at again, back on the top 17. Sally ripping down the line. Sets it up under the lip. Now stretching this out. She will set up for that backhand tube stance, keeping her line. That's where Lakey got tangled up in the transition to that lip hack. Controls two big snaps and into a third perfect sequence. Now Sal gets to the tube stance very early for the end section. Gets a bit of the barrel. All that speed, throws it into the lip again and try to earn a bonus little hack here. Sally still swinging. I'm loving it. And a nice performance there.
That's a dodge. A bullet dodge for Lakey as well, you know. I don't think that 5.7 is going to be enough tonight, but you never know what's going to happen, you know. And keep herself in first is a big advantage right now.
Macy in motion. Little chip off the lip there. Nice flow on the second effort. Third turn off the top. Now thinking about some tube time. Famous story of Belle's Beach history where her father rode a bomb out the back and kicked out past the button and winky pop. Nails it right there. Good transition. And now laying low, pulls in pretty deep on that end section. It's going to run off without Mace, and her right will come to a close.
It's crazy to think about it, how much the pressure leads up. You know, like looking at Macy, I felt like
it was a 3.43. So it's going to come down to this lap for Macy, the wild card. Throwing down the first turn. Throwing some water. Macy with some experience on the CTs. Had a spot full time as she's punching that section. Hitting it off the top, air drops and goes down. That tough part to be on the championship tour, it's got to be a world-class wave, and the Kelly Slater Wave Company technology got to be featured on tour at the Surf Ranch. Now the first time ever in the Middle East. Let's continue on with the night session. It's Bettylou Sakura Johnson's turn. Representing the North Shore of Oahu. One of the youngest on tour. Look at that start, real fluid. Jumping on the Mayhems this year for her equipment. Gets out front, tags it quickly, draws a big snap off the lip, belts it again, tons of spray flying in the sky. Well done for Bettylou, slowing down, inside pits, looking great. Sakura on the windup, chips it, belts it again. Let's get a third bonus, why don't we? Ends up losing the last turn, but a great read from start to finish. Was working with Ross Williams in the past. Ross now making the decision to hang it home this year. And Bettylou calling up Tommy Whitaker, who's more than thrilled to jump in her corner this season. Came on tour so young, and it's just been getting better and better every year, Jesse.
I mean, this is amazing surfing from Bettylou. Look at the extension on that turn, that's acceleration. Didn't get too barreled here, but a lot of damage was done, and I felt like there's more confidence on that wave, you know, like I felt like the other surfers were a little bit more timid, maybe the guinea pigs, you know, feeling that pressure of not knowing what they have to perform. But look at this turn right before that barrel, massive turn once again, belting that section, keeping the flow throughout the whole wave, which is very important. A little bit back-footed on that one, but then combo it up with a nice turn, got stuck right there. But like I usually mention, like that's the damage was done before. That's a very nice extended turn for her. See how clean her rails are and how sure she is of what she's doing. You know, you can see the confidence on top of the board. And I mean, for me personally, that looks like a great score.
I think it's my favorite Wright so far the night session, and one of my favorite performances from Bettylou. Everyone's talking about the challenge at night, but that might be Bettylou's strength. So we get to feel out the scale, see what everybody's doing. Now Bettylou will try to improve on her 6.67. Nice comfortable flow through the first three turns. A little out front, so deciding not to commit to the tube ride. And smart move, didn't look like there was much there. She's still working on it, throwing some water off that rail. Good extension through the pocket, now running after the inside pitch. She's got her head down, and an easy make for Bettylou. Throwing down the redirect, and one more off the lip line. Solid surfing tonight for late night Sakura Johnson. Representing her region very well around the world. All started at a left called Reunion Island. Throws down the first turn to fade in the pocket. Great wrap there. Hits it high off the lip, and a nice free-flowing airdrop. Armbars it for a bit, but it keeps her out front. She's ready to sink that turn off the top. Driving a bit harder on the open face. Over the white water, nice rhythm for Defay. Leans into that section off the lip and reaches for it really deep. She had both arms just leading her out of the pit. A couple of more turns to finish on her feet. And Defay will get to compare her ride to Bettylou's and also Lakey's 5.7. Lakey's holding that second spot at the moment.
As we see current world number one Tyler taking off.
The yellow jersey for Tyler Wright for her right-hander, and she'll open up here. Couple of hooks, redirecting that board, nose going all the way back the other way, and then she'll look to try and stuff this inside. She'll do that, really nicely done. Love the way she controls the speed. Highline pump for the exit. Nice turn from her on the rail, applying pressure. And then just swiveling in the lip, really good pivot. That was great timing, just cracked it really, didn't need to do too much. Just let the turn frame itself. Here's a great tube. She'll come out and try to hang on. And it just clipped her. She actually did really well. be backing them, get that sort of number, certainly on paper, in the water, under the lights, under extreme pressure. Well, it's a different story. Tyler right now getting involved. Quick slash. And then looking for the cover here. Tyler will try and stuff this in and get that tube, controlling things from the inside. She'll come out and swing. First turn into the lip. Second one's a touch under. Doesn't quite give it full treatment. Just kind of snapping on the face, just next to the pocket, rather than actually taking on the lip and then trying to find cover through the inside. Doesn't quite get deep inside. It's a nice redirect from her. And she'll go up, try and hit that last turn. A touch off timing flick maybe there.
Yeah, definitely did feel that way a little bit. I felt...
Just like the way she's prepared, she seems very dialed in the headspace. She seems pretty comfortable with the job at hands. First turn's nice. Lindblad again. Throwing buckets. Really well done. Really good rhythm. And the flow as she'll project down the line and not trying to go into the hollow section as yet too early. Multiple backhand hits. Cool airdrop from that. Her backhand has been a bit of a weapon for her. Something that she'll go to with great effect. Really nice hit there as well. So big combos. Major maneuver again from the surfer out of California. And then stuffing the pig dog. Oh, she did such good setup work, Flick. She'll need to get on the attack. Put some big moments together on this. Interesting, not going for the first tube, going for the second one. Let's see what she'll do forehands. Here she goes. First one opens up. And again, just putting loads, a lot of swing in her maneuvers. The style's really cool. She uses a lot of the wave, which always makes your turns look big. Here's some tube cover. She'll get the beginning and towards the end of the tube. She'll get the most cover. Here's the exit with an absolute ton of speed. That's a hammer of a turn. And just disengaging a bit, which makes it look risky and cool. That's an absolute crack of the whip as well. And now going real fast, getting behind the curtain, driving off the bottom. Really nice gouge to snap on the face. Another Sawyer Lindblad in full flow here. Big hit to finish as well. That was really, really well done.
Yeah, Jake likes it too. That had a really good feel to it. I mean, she just had so many big moments on that wave. I mean, so many linking big turns, combos. She gave us variety as well. Dare say that's going to have to be nudging up as the best number I've seen so far. I mean, it was just such good surfing. It was explosive. You just still hear those cheers right now. She's stoked too.
Really similar energy in terms of what went down last night in the night software towards the end. The ante just being up the performance as well.
Yeah, so she's locking in here for this tube time, but all the damage is done as she comes out. These couple of big combos that she puts down, super explosive, big fin release there, straight up into another snap, then gets out in the face here a bit, jam in the pocket, and just, I mean, the hard work was done. She just needed to make this last section. She does. That's when everyone started cheering. They're like, yeah, you've done it.
From a surfer, no, put down ultra aggressive maneuvers, some of her forehand snaps, the rail work, the power that she can add. It's Brisa Hennessy in action here, the Costa Rican, setting up, just letting some spray go and feeling her way in. That was a big hit now, looking for tube time on the tail. Won't go crazy deep on that section. This will cup out, goes up, hits it really hard, gets a touch, hung up, and Brisa's down.
Wow, that was you got to think, I think back to this morning and I think where Brisa's strengths were and just the sort of turn she was laying down on her forehand. And let's see what Tatiana's got for us.
Backhand from the goofy Weston-Webb. Into it here. So penultimate surfer in the night session. The Brazilian Olympian, the silver medalist. Weston-Webb on the attack. Aggressive, as you might expect. Vertical surfing now. Inside the tube, trying to get deep. Adjust the feet. Out she comes onto a steep section. That's a hammer. She'll swing for that. And again, putting a little more in, redirecting the boards. Nice and vicious now. Can she work the angles here and get covered again? She's real deep behind it. Well done. Out she comes with the speeds. Opens up with the rail, just rakes that rail line across the wave. So the right-hander from Tatiana, 6.67. the number that she's after. We saw deep cover, particularly on that second tube. Saw some invigorated maneuvering as well.
Yeah, she's stoked on that little fist pump, and I think it just feels good for the confidence just to string together a series of turns like that. You can already see the aggression as she just whips it out of that lip there. Tries to stomp on the brakes here. Manages to get a bit of tube time. Realizes, okay, I'm not getting too deep. Let's go to turns. And I mean, Tati's backhand is just, this is her powerhouse. This is really one of her biggest strengths. And just sets up this inside. So not heaps of maneuvers done on the face, but just this tube was just really well done. Threaded that so well on the inside. And a couple of nice moments as well.
They're goofy. And they've had some success on the left throughout both days of competition. Let's see how she'll go. Weston-Webb, the last chance for her. Unless she can go 6.67 or better. Tachi going on the attack. Snap in to stall. The low line into the tube. Through the tube. She'll look to try and get this last section, get more behind the curtain. Now a steep section for Tatiana. She'll snap that one. Just let that turn breathe a bit, displacing more water with aggression. It's precision surfing. Now tube section, and it'll run, and she's got a ton of speed. She'll go deep, the feet get adjusted. This is crucial. Hit this. 2 maneuvers on the inside. That requirement 6.67. Wow, I feel like we've seen a lot of really similar kind of stuff. You can see it being the score, but not much that we've seen you going, yeah, this is getting it by some margin. If it is there, there's not going to be loads in it, you feel, Flick?
I feel like it's going to be close. I mean, I reflect on the right, and you know that went pretty close as well. And you got to think, okay, what could she have done on that? Maybe a little bit more barrel time. She definitely tried to maximize the barrel time on this left. You could see the snap to stall to get into position. She was trying to be as deep as possible.
Let's compare this to Sawyer Lindblad 7. You're just thinking, like, we talk about those moments, don't we? Did we see that moment on that wave that you can really identify? There's a lot of good stuff done kind of throughout the wave at the sixes. We'll turn our attentions immediately to our last surfer up in the night surf. So this is it. Last run. Vahine Fierro. The backhand for her is deadly. Really like that. Puts the backhand behind in the bottom turn. Showing a different line. Look at this tube work. Great stuff from this. This is magic. Vahine Fierro. Really, really cool to get deeply barreled and come out and crack this. Keeping the board really, really loose. And a little variety each time from the turn. Just breaking her line, sort of punctuating the look to the maneuvers, which is always impressive. Couple of bonus cracks as well on the end. Good rhythm, combinations. Really nice style and flow throughout as well, and some of those extra elements. Looked super confident, really poised throughout everything she was doing. A really polished wave wherever this number goes.
Yeah, when I compare this to, you know, her backhand tube riding skills, just the approach for getting into that barrel really well. It's really set her up to be super deep. And comparing that to the other backhand tube rides I've seen from the other women, probably some of the best we've seen in this night session. And then just absolutely going for it on the backhand attack. Here's that little stall that we were talking about, using that back arm to position herself. Sets herself really deep in the tube, basically almost on the foam ball. You can really see her managing that speed. That was so well done. And then after this, I mean, beautiful timing. She's not overdoing it. Nice rhythm. And then a bit more vertical with that approach. Gets a little bit more shade time here. And just a nice finish for Vahine. One more crack. But, I mean, I've got a good feeling about that. I just like seeing the creativity, especially from that, you know, the setup to get into this backhand barrel. Super impressive. This is the inside barrel. So just checking out just to see how deep she did get.
Yeah, just looking to identify points of difference. A lot of sort of similar stuff, nice aggressive turns, but just how deep she got on that first tube. If you're looking for a reason to assign points for real quality. We're all wrapped up here with the night session. Once again, it's Sawyer Lindblad, Vahine Fierro advancing into finals day tomorrow. Doing it the hard way, under pressure, under scrutiny.